Hi everyone, my name's Emma. I'm a second year medical student studying no longer online in Sydney, Australia. And in celebration of our clinics going back in person and no longer learning online, I wanted to share some of the tips and tricks that I've learned of what works well for dressing appropriately and also logically and in a way that is useful for clinic. So if you're in the process of building your wardrobe for your clinical years, or you're looking to shadow and you're not sure what to wear, or you just are curious about what other people wear in and out of clinic while they're in med school, then this is the video for you. So starting with your tops, my be-all and end-all is the sleeveless collared top. They have quickly become my go-to for clinical placements. The collar is great because you never have to adjust yourself, you never really worry about anything showing, and you always are sure that you're clinically appropriate no matter what you're doing. And that is also just a really nice comfort for me. Not only have we been cautioned not to show too much of our neckline, just to stay appropriate and make sure that all of our potential patients are comfortable, it also just helps me stay comfortable, that I know everything is where it needs to be. They look really sweet with a little necklace. They look even better with your step. And they're just a really easy go-to. But the reason why I like that they're sleeveless is that you can always throw on a cardigan or a jacket, and as soon as you take that off, you are instantly procedure ready. So we've been taught in our clinical schools that to be procedure ready, to do proper hand hygiene before touching a patient, you need to be clear or naked from the elbow down, rings included. So by having sleeveless tops means that yes, you can layer up, but as soon as you take the layer off, you are good to go. Obviously, this can also be achieved with button-ups that you can roll up the sleeves that are 3/4 lengths, or sleeves that have little elastics around the wrist so that they just right over your elbow. I love that as well. But the sleeveless collared top, I just never have to think if that will stay up or keep me actually sanitary. They're always good to go. Now, if you're not wearing sleeves and you're in a clinic or a hospital, I don't care how warm of a person you are, you're bound to get cold. So how do I make sure that I stay warm? Well, first and foremost, it's nerves and an increased heart rate whenever a clinician asks you a question. That's one way to make sure that you're warmed up and flushed and ready. But in all seriousness, you can easily layer a cardigan. Cardigans are great because under a white coat, they don't add any bulk. But I have inherited my mom's love for blazers. And if you're from Canada, check out Dynamite. You'll thank me later. What I look for in a blazer is I don't want one that is too structured. So basically ones without shoulder pads. Because if I have shoulder pads in, I kind of feel like I'm pretending to be an adult, even though I am one. Bonus is, especially why I like the ones from Dynamite, is they're actually ruched at the sleeves, so they are very easy to make clinical appropriate. So we've got our tops all figured out. What do we do about the bottoms? Well, obviously we're gonna wear pants. Something that you may not expect, or at least I didn't expect, is that medicine can actually get quite physical. You actually do need to move a lot. If you don't believe me, then just find videos of people examining hips or knees, and you tell me if you think you could do that in your skinny jeans. So to get more specific than pants, we want high-waisted, stretchy, if possible wide-legged, beautiful pants with pockets. When I say stretchy, I think you understand why. It's just more comfortable. There is more freedom to do activities and examinations. You can bend down and stand up and not worry about anything going on. They're more forgiving and they're just more comfortable. So I think we can all agree the stretchier, the better. And wide-legged, and I mean wide-legged, not straight-legged, wide. I recently fell in love with the gaucho pant look, or the extremely high-waisted, long, wide-legged pants. And if you tell me that you don't want to go to work feeling like you're wearing PJs, you're lying. They allow you to easily move around, you have a lot of freedom, and I also just kind of feel very powerful in them. I really, really think that paired with just a turtleneck, they just look so professional. And pockets. I think we all know that women just want more pockets. And I think you can understand why they would be helpful in a clinical environment. Obviously, if you're a student in Canada or the United States, you'll get your student white coat. We have them at Macquarie, but we don't wear them that often. But on any day that you're just shadowing or you're just in a clinic instead of necessarily in the hospital, you may not wear your white coat. So it's really helpful to have pants with nice sizable pockets or one of your blazers that has pockets as well. And of course, you can wear dresses and skirts if you want to. I don't tend to drift towards those as often just because they do take a little bit more consideration. Just make sure you have maybe a bit of a fuller skirt or something long enough that you can still move and do all of those activities that you need to do, or wear the skirt after you understand a little bit more about what the clinic placement will be like and what your duties on it will be, so you know that you can wear the skirt and kind of get away with it. But who doesn't love a good skirt or a good dress? And again, bonus points if it has pockets. And we're almost there, but what about the shoes? Your best bet for any shoe is to make sure that it's closed-toed, rubber-soled, and fairly neutral, so it could go with anything that you wear. I have a pair of, with a small heel, rubber black ankle boots that you'll notice are quite worn out. They were definitely my daily driver last year, and I wore them with all sorts of different outfits, all of the outfits that I've explained already, and they worked really well. The awesome part, closed-toed, means that they are clinically safe, especially if you're learning any procedural skills with sharps. They kind of go with anything, and having that rubber sole means that they were quite comfortable throughout the entire day. I did decide to treat myself as I entered second year, sort of as a congrats for getting through your first year, and I purchased a pair of Rollies. These are expensive, they are an investment, but they are my favorite shoes in my wardrobe. They are so comfortable, again, closed-toed and black, so I can wear them in any situation, and I never have to be worried that I am not appropriate or that I'm going to be uncomfortable. I can literally stand in these all day in an OR room. I did once, and I was fine. Now, obviously, you can wear any shoe that you want, but just do be considerate of what you're going to have to be doing. You don't know if you're going to have to stand all day, so sometimes that cute ballet flat or those heels might not be the most comfortable. But do you? If you can wear heels all day on a clinical placement, just more power to you. I am envious and proud and in awe. But I definitely suggest, if you need to get new clinical shoes, that you look at something closed-toed and rubber-soled and nice and thick, but still kind of cute, because you deserve to feel cute as well. And there you go. I hope you picked up some useful tips or considered some items in your wardrobe suddenly now to be clinic appropriate. But before you go, I have just two final thoughts. One, don't watch this video and think that you're going to have to retrofit your entire wardrobe and you need to go spend all of this money to go become appropriate for clinic. That's totally not the case. I know I showed you a lot of different pieces, and that's because I've collected these over years and years of being the same size. I haven't changed since high school. And I've also always had a semi-business casual style. So a lot of these pieces I've owned for quite a few years, and I've built this sort of collection in that time. If you're starting from scratch, then you really only need maybe one pair of pants and a couple different shirts. If you make sure they're neutral and they all go together, then you'll be just fine. Especially if you're just starting in your first year and you're going to be shadowing just a few days a week. No one will notice, no one will care if they see you wearing a similar shirt multiple days of the year. And you also don't have to be purchasing from expensive brands. I have plenty of things in my wardrobe that are from Target or H&M, and my favorite collared sleeveless tops are from Uniqlo. So you don't have to think that you need to be dressing like you have a doctor's budget when you're in med school. Obviously, those pieces may not last as long, but as you move through your training and your degrees and you start getting paid, you can choose to make the investments then. But for now, those will do you just fine as long as they are clean, look sharp, and you can do good work in them and you feel confident in them. So please don't let this video be some sort of message that you think you need a lot of things in your wardrobe. That actually leads me to my second point. If you can, and if you have the money to invest in a piece of clothing or an item of clothing, I would definitely suggest you do so with your shoes. Your shoes are really, really important. It's important that you're comfortable, and you never know how long you'll be standing in clinic. And just when you have to kind of run around to do things. My grandpa always says you're either on your feet or you're off of them. So the two things that you need to invest money in are your shoes and your bed. And I'd like to think he was a pretty wise man. So if you're going to spend any money or spend a large chunk of money, definitely invest in a good pair of shoes. I love my Rollies. They are quite expensive, but finding something that's got a good rubber sole, closed-toed so you can wear it for clinical skills, and they look pretty good with anything, so a black or a neutral color, that's a good place to invest your money. So if you found this video helpful, then please let me know by giving it a like. Comment down below any tips, tricks, or bargains that you have found. Where do you like to shop the most? I hope to make another video very similar to this about my tips and tricks for dressing for the morning of surgery. You'd think it'd be pretty straightforward, you just wear scrubs. But there's actually a bit of an art to everything you put underneath those scrubs. So if you'd like to see that, then let me know down below, or again, give this video a like. Make sure you're subscribed so you see whenever I put out a video about my journey to or my journey through medicine, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!